Hello, I'm John Bowen, CEO of CEG Worldwide, and I am really excited to be here with you this week. Every week, I get the opportunity, really the privilege, to interview one of our top coaching clients who's making a huge difference, not only with their clients, making smart decisions about their money, but their community. And one of the key things that I love is having the opportunity to interview them, to share their insights with you of how they're being so successful in serving their clients well and doing well by doing it. And today we have a real pleasure. Tim Stasinoulias. Tim, I want to thank you first for taking some time off from your really busy schedule to join us.
Thanks, John. Great to be here. I'm excited.
Let's dive right in. And the very first thing I want to do is, I know you are passionate. I mean, you're passionate about spreading the word of wealth management, not only to your clients, but you're regularly on local TV out there making a difference with the whole community. And tell me where this passion comes from.
So, John, I was born and raised here in Milwaukee area, and in a very, very tight-knit Greek family. My dad came over in 1955 from Athens, Greece, and my mom was also of Greek descent here. And I was raised in a working class family that really valued education, community service. My dad was a business owner for most of his life. He also was a community activist. He also had his own radio program. So really, I get some of that talent and desire, although initially I didn't have that, with the media. And then my mom was also an underwriter for a property and casualty company, so she's a professional woman in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, when ordinarily didn't have that in that time span. So I got a lot of inspiration from seeing both of them being hardworking individuals, and again was taught to really value education and community service. So as I mentioned initially, I really didn't have that passion. I didn't really want to even be on the radio. I was a little shy, and then developed that talent. And also have been president of a local chapter of an international nonprofit group here. The last 5 years I've been president, and it's sort of come full circle. I'm on TV, talking with my clients and talking on with the media on the wealth management, some of the important topics that people really care about.
No, it's amazing how we come together. With our family backgrounds, just influence us so much, and your family being so active in the community and spreading the word, and you spreading the word, and I know how important it is for you to have clients make smart decisions about their money so they can achieve all that's important. Tell me what are some of the major benefits that a client would enjoy in working with you?
Over the years, I've developed a specialty in retirement planning and really working with that generation of pre-retirees and retirees, or anybody in transition, whether they're selling a business or going through a divorce. And those are sort of three areas that I've been focusing on. And it's been a really natural affinity for me to work with people in retirement. I grew up with my grandmother raised us or helped raise us, and I think that I understand what it takes to gain their trust, and so really listening and creating some good planning for those people that at a really critical and crucial part of their life. Ordinarily, what I was seeing is people weren't getting that level of expertise and that level of planning and that level of empathy. They were really just being sold a product, and I think that our process really dictates working with clients to solve all those problems. Again, whether they're selling a business or approaching retirement, and those really critical needs that they have coming up in their next phase of their life.
Well, and it is, unfortunately, some of the financial advice business is broken. You and I both know, and that people aren't necessarily served as well as they should be. And
Right.
I really commend you for, working with people to help them have a very thoughtful way to make sure they're making those smart decisions about their money. Now, as you've had the privilege of working, with these clients, I mean, tell me what you most value about being a professional and having this opportunity.
So again, I think the ability to be able to have an impact with my clients and gaining their trust. I have several clients that we still work with over the span of 20 years now, and now consequently, because we're doing such a great job for them and their families, I'm starting to work with their adult children and grandkids. And so I think, it's very meaningful to me, the fact that our practice has been set up as a fiduciary and set up my own registered investment advisor firm, taking that seriously and and having our clients' best interests first and aligning us with them on the same side of the table, and providing a sound philosophy of getting to understand really what's important to them, and then taking them through the process of the different stages, whether it's the investment consulting, the estate planning, the wealth transfer, all those things that are really critically important to having a successful financial plan through the generations.
Well, I think that's one of the parts that's so unique that you do, Tim, compared to the rest of the industry. That you have a clear and compelling, process that you make sure that you've addressed each of the concerns, not only just the investment, but really everything, whether it's, making sure on the income tax side or taking care of the heirs or making sure their assets are not unjustly taken in today's litigation, or whether they have charitable. And that's I wanted to make sure we get that message across, because I know how hard a worker you are. One of the things I'd love to ask you is, when you're not working, what do you really enjoy doing?
Travel's my passion. My wife is originally from Chile, so I've come to know that country intimately over the last 20 years or so. I also love going back to Greece. I have lots of family there and lots of places to explore yet. Many islands that I haven't been to. Chile, of course, is known for their wine, and I've developed an affinity and appreciation for fine wine, and I also like to cook. But in addition to that, just spending time with my wife, my 3 kids, 4 grandkids, being able to just have quality time. I love to cook. I love to hunt. I have a chocolate lab that I've trained to be a pretty good bird dog, pretty good pheasant hunter, and just getting out and enjoying the outdoors is also a thing we love to do as a family.
That's a great opportunity to recharge, through all of that. And, fine wine, fine food, fine travel, and a little bit of hunting shot in. Now, that's great. And recharge you so you can serve your clients well. Last question, Tim, I'd like to ask is, you have really enjoyed a lot of success. And the success comes from serving your clients so well, and then you get to do well. And that's what I love about our industry. For your fellow financial advisors, if there was one thing that you would recommend to them for them to do so that they could enjoy that same level of success in serving their clients well, what would you recommend?
Well, I think it's really important to hone down and be specific in the area that you want to work in. And I think that, whether it's establishing a niche or a discipline, if it's retirement planning, don't be a generalist. Be specific. Become an expert in your field. Become an expert in who you serve. Well, again, whether it's retirees, business owners, a combination of both, I think is really served me well, because to try to be a generalist really doesn't work in this industry anymore. You really need to be specific, and you really need to hone your craft and continue to get better and get educated better.
Great advice, Tim. I mean, I want to thank you for taking the time today, but I want to thank you even more for making such an impact with your clients and
very
your
much.
community. You're very welcome, and
Pleasure.
keep up the great success.
Thank you.